Nicolas Cage playing Dracula. Russell Crowe battling demons. It's Halloween in April. This weekend, Cage stars as the big bad vampire, who happens to be the worst boss ever, opposite Nicholas Hoult in a horror comedy that's a modern-day sequel of sorts to the 1931 Universal classic Dracula. And Crowe grabs a crucifix and faces possessed folks in a film based on the real-life scary work of Father Gabriele Amorth, the Vatican's chief exorcist for 36 years. Hey Race! A guide to new movies that will satisfy every cinematic taste, plus some noteworthy theatrical films making their streaming and on-demand debuts. Renfield Review: Nicolas Cage's campy Dracula keeps horror comedy from totally sucking. Channeling Bela Lugosi, Cage chews all the scenery he can with some impressive fangs. But this movie, when it's working, is way more about Drac's put-upon servant Renfield Hoult, who befriends a dogged New Orleans cop, Aquafina, runs afoul of drug dealers, and more importantly realizes his codependent working relationship isn't working anymore. It's a bit of a gory mess. But Cage and Hoult keep it watchable. Where to watch? In theaters. Is the action star era over? Why we may never see another Nicolas Cage or Bruce Willis. What if James Bond was a whiskey-drinking, scooter-riding Italian guy with a penchant for saving souls? Crowe splendidly takes on the role of Father Amorth, a real-life exorcist who worked for the Pope, in this nifty hell-raising franchise starter. In the 1980s set biopic/mystery/fright fest, Crowe's holy man travels to Spain to deal with a possibly possessed boy and uncovers a centuries-old conspiracy. Where to watch? In theaters. Alex Trewitt dazzles in this refreshing dramedy as a roller-skating, directionless Los Angeles 20-something who learns she's 10 weeks pregnant and has a weekend to decide if she wants an abortion. This potentially life-changing wrinkle forces her to be a responsible adult for a change and reassess every part of her life, and Trewitt brilliantly captures the lightness and hope of a stressed woman with a major choice to make. Where to watch? In theaters. As pioneering basketball star Nat Sweetwater Clifton Everett Osborne is the best part of this straightforward biopic. Set in the post-war 1940s, the movie chronicles Sweetwater's path from the razzle-dazzle Harlem Globetrotters to becoming a New York Knick as the first black player to sign an NBA contract. It's a solid sports flick coming on the heels of Air, though sometimes takes its eyes off the ball in terms of a central focus. Where to watch? In theaters. Catherine Hardwicke's trite, unfunny, and weirdly gory mob comedy casts Colette as an insecure American pharmaceutical rep whose grandfather dies. She's called to Italy for the funeral. Discovers she's now the head of a wine-making crime family, currently in a vicious war with a rival clan of mafiosi, and finds renewed confidence in a forgettable narrative full of cannoli, pasta, and The Godfather references. Where to watch? In theaters. Katie Holmes directs and co-writes this drama about a young woman named Benita Julia Mayorga, fresh out of rehab, who moves home to New York City instead of going back to school after a traumatic incident. Benita finds herself again working alongside a pair of antiquities dealers, Alan Cumming and Derek Luke, but her tale of self-discovery is muddled with subplots, including a reunion with a troubled fellow patient, Holmes. Where to watch? In theaters and Apple TV, Vudu, Amazon